Good morning, Woodies. How's it going, everybody? I'm Allie Burns from Picks and Parlays. This is my show, Morning Wood, a spot where we get together as a big online sports betting community, go through the games of the day, and decide who is going to be the winner. We also like to play free contests on this show, and we've only got, there we go. I've got Devin twice. I had to move him up. 3 remaining in the last Woody standing contest. So this is pretty exciting. Remember, for anyone who's already fallen out or if you've never played before, a new one starts every single Monday. Okay. Also, I'm going to start doing shows on Saturday also because college basketball season, this is kind of my time of year. So I'm going to start meeting up with you guys on Saturday mornings. Also, same time, 1 p.m. Eastern. And we'll get some picks going there also. If you guys are just rolling in, don't forget to hit that like button for me, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, all that stuff. And also don't forget to check out my official sponsor, Caesar Sportsbook, up to $1,250 in a risk-free first bet. Download the app and use my promo code Woodful. What's up, Right Cape? We do have a Total Chaos out. It's Insider's Room. It's the Insider's Room Chaos. So go check that out. It's on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So you can find it. It's out there. I promise. Just look for Total Chaos Picks and Parlays, and there you have it. Yesterday, I sucked balls. Like not literally, but figuratively, basketballs. It was bad. I lost every bet. Actually, I pushed one. So I was 0-4-1 on college ball, 0-1 in NBA. Now my overall record's 89-72-2. I'm not thrilled. Can't say I'm thrilled. Let's go, Red. Did you guys win? I didn't even check the score. I feel like you did. You guys look like you were having You guys looked like you were having an absolute blast. So, I mean, that's a win in itself. I saw that picture of you with the long strand of tickets, and I was like, Leonard, those better not be sports bets. They better not be. Sometimes that's how it goes down. 3-2. There it is in reg. All right, get it. Get it, boo. Get it, boo. And my cricket parlay didn't cash either. I was into my cricket parlay, and I didn't cash that either. Now I'm like 8-6 on cricket, which doesn't make me feel like I'm good at it anymore. All right, whatever. Here we go. Let's roll. Let's get some picks going. If you guys have stuff that you're into today, throw it at me and I will write it up onto the board. I don't know if I trust myself at all ever again. I need Rickett in here though, because he's doing my system. He's adding metrics to the system. And so I've handicapped my handicapping, and I want to know what he says. Also, Scott Reichel will be here soon. That's also happening. 4-0 sweep of games I attended this season: Lions, Pistons, and 2 Wings games. They got to put you on the payroll, man. They got to put you on the damn payroll. That's what they need to do. Okay, so let's look in the NBA. It looks like it would be the Pelicans. The Knicks. All right, Knicks. Plus 2.5. Let me check out the money too. There's the money. And then if you guys have any games you want me to look at, tell you where the money is or anything like that, I guess I could do that for you. I guess I could. All right. Allie's dumb picks. I'm such a bad loser. I'm a good loser if I lose to you, but when I lose to me, F me. F me. Knicks plus 2.5. It looks like it would be the Cavaliers. I think Warriors are on a back-to-back, aren't they? Didn't they play last night? And not a great road team. Or was that so many games? I swear they all mushed together. The Heat went from a dog to a favorite. So I would say probably the Heat minus 1.5. I would just take it on the money line, though, because that's how I do things. Clippers game is not moving. It's sticking at a 7. Pacers Nuggets looks like it would be the Nuggets minus 11, but 66% of the money is on the Pacers, so people are buying those 11 points back. 97% of the money is on the Jazz. I know what's his name is out for the Nets, KD, but maybe Kyrie is also. Kings are staying the same at 3.5. And Grizzlies went from a 6 to a 7.5 with 95% of the money on them. So that looks like it would be your play. Okay, so that's the NBA. Just one. Only one. Yeah, thank God it's Friday. I feel you, girl. I feel you. I've been like so wonky lately, like just wonky. Like I'm not sick, but like my throat's kind of scratchy. I'm not sleeping. I'm sleeping too much and then not enough. And I need a weekend. I'm going to detox this weekend also. I'm going to have like a good coconut water sesh with myself. You got Richmond and the Knicks tonight? Agree? I got the Knicks. Let me look up Richmond for you. Let me look up the Spiders. I know we did a free pick on this yesterday, and I believe Cam picked Richmond. I want to say that I was a little bit on the other side of it because of a covering issue. But Richmond has now gone from the dog to the favorite. However, 61% of the money is on VCU. See, I liked VCU here. Hold on, let me make sure I know what I'm talking about. That's always important. Right? Don't start talking about things unless you know what you're talking about, man. And hi, Ryan Page. How are you? Here they are right here. Okay. So Richmond, very good home team. They're 9-1 at home. VCU away is 2-3. They're both the same on their totals, 9 and 10 to the under. No, it wasn't a covering thing. Okay, then I am with Richmond here. Yeah. Was it? Richmond has only covered 2 of their last 5. VCU has covered their last 4 in a row. And before that was a loss, a push, and 2 more covers. So I am right. I liked the VCU covers is where I was at. But against the spread overall, VCU is 7-10-2, and Richmond is 9-10-2, but they've been covering lately. I'm just going to lay off of that. I think either way you go on it, good luck to you. But Cam did like Richmond, and I like the Spiders a lot, so don't get me wrong. Hi, AJs. Thank God it's Friday. Yes, everyone hit that like button for me. You're quitting handicapping and going to start traveling with the teams full-time. Sacrifices. I'm a man of the people, and the people have spoken. You can't argue with greatness. You know, you can't. Numbers don't lie. So there it is. Grizz and Thunder buddies. Okay. Oh, we went through that. Grizz does look like the play. And I want to say, I said them also. You like the Heat? Okay, let me go back to NBA while we're talking about it. NBA. Okay, so is that your ride or die? Do you have a ride or die for me? So Heat minus 1.5. Okay, 79% of the money is on them. The line went from dog to favorite. So yeah, we just kind of talked about this. And then let me cross-reference. That's a new thing I've been trying to do too. Heat. Bam. Okay, so Heat are 19, 25, and 2 against the spread. So they're better against the spread. Away, they're 11 and 12. Home, Dallas is 16 and 7. Miami did not play yesterday, so that's going for them. And out of their last 5, they've covered 3. Mavericks, out of their last 5, have covered 1. They did have a day off also after losing to Atlanta. Yeah, I would go Heat. They're not a plus. I only do pluses on my deal. So, but I'm with you. I'm going to say Rye Cape Heat. Okay, got it. Rye Cape Heat. Bam. And then Ryan Page. You dug Richmond and the Knicks. Jules. Julie. Colleen Carey. Julie Carly. I don't know why that's all of a sudden a problem again, Jules. Okay, Thunder and Grizz is where you're at. Okay. Leonard, do you have a parlay party out that you would like me to tell them about? Hit that damn like button. Damn it. Hola, Pedro. You're getting hammered right now? I want to come over. I'm off after this. Richmond went dog to favorite, +1. Last night when we did the free pick, they were a +1. So people are in on it. It's the covering thing, though. I don't want to get too wrapped up in my own self, though. Oh, if Ohio Bob's around, also, Scott Reichel is a tennis guy. He will tell you everything you need to know about tennis if you want to ask him questions when he gets here. German soccer starts today. You're hoping for a lot of goals. All right, let's go, German soccer. Another parlay party winner yesterday. No show today because there's only 2 hockey games. That's all you need to make a parlay. 2. Hi, D-Talk. D-Talk, I got your email. I'll put it on the next round. I'll figure out, just double check that your PayPal info that you sent me was correct, but I'll put it on the next round on Monday. Okay, fine. Lazy Friday. Well, I'm here. Lenny's day drinking. Rye Capers, Rye Caping. Jeez. I'm good, Brandon. How are you? Grizz and Nugs Moneyline Parlay boost today on DK. Boosted from -186 to -120. No, I don't. I don't do free picks on Fridays. Okay, I will. You're right. With Chip or something like that. Pelicans are 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 meetings. Okay. 52% of the money is on the Magic, but it went Pelicans pick 'em to Pelicans -1. So they have moved into that favorite position. Here they are. They're 9-13 on the road, 3-7 against the spread in their last 10, and 9-13 against the spread on the road also. Against a Magic team that's 10-12 at home, but they're 13-9 against the spread at home. So getting a point with the Magic might not be a bad gig. I love that Magic team, but I don't know. Those are kind of too close to call for me, like I can't tell you like this way or the other because I'm looking for a point movement kind of situation and it's 1 point. I want more points. You're getting hammered this weekend, not today. Okay, fine, whatever. D-Talk actually said, send me the PayPal, just don't ask him about it. Okay, no problem. I'll just send it right to Tate. You had AT&T guy on the internet and you got a new modem. Turn on. Granny went to the game yesterday. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. I copy all. My PayPal is right what I sent you because I have gotten it before. Okay, perfect. I'll email you PayPal info now. Thank you. No problem. I came in late. Pelicans' favorite position. Is this a dad joke? I don't know. Okay, let me go through some college ball. Although I never want to bet on college basketball ever again after what happened yesterday. It was disgusting. I say. It looks like it's Ball State. I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all, people. We did a free pick on this one also, and I want to say it was over, is what Chip picked, was an over. Check out free picks, though. It looks like it's Ball State. Mount St. Mary. +8.5. 9.5 goes to an 8.5 with 90% of the money on Siena. So I'm going to say Mount St. Mary. That doesn't make sense. Don't start with me, marker. Mount St. Mary. Bill and Mayer crapped the bed. Also, screw Bill and Mayer. They're not ever coming onto my board ever again. They're just going to listen to me bitch for the next 45 minutes. +8.5. Oh, and me and Scott Reichel got into and I was talking to Sammy P too. We were talking about the Las Vegas basketball team name. I'm going with the Vegas Vices. The Las Vegas Vices. I like it. I'm going to write a strongly worded letter to the NBA about how Las Vegas needs a basketball team because now I've figured out what their name can be. So there's really no reason we shouldn't have one at this point. Looks like it's St. Peter +2. Iona staying the same with 94% of the money on Iona. It's staying at a -14. Niagara +5. It was a 6.5. It went down to a 5 for Ryder. 76% of the money is on Ryder, so that doesn't make sense. I'm going to write Niagara. +5. Dios mío. See, that money's coming in on VCU now. It's 62% of the money's on VCU now, so they're They're flipping it over. I'm saying VCU. I won't write it on the board, but that's what I think is the play. I'm staying away. It looks like it's Toledo. 3.5 went to a 5, and the money's on Toledo, so that moved correctly. St. John is staying at a 4 against Villanova, and Boise, New Mexico, looks like it's New Mexico, -3. Nothing else shows me where the money is. This is all I can do for you as far as money. I didn't mean to say come on my board. I said a lot of good things come on this board. I didn't say like a lot of good dudes come on this board. It was an accident. Pelicans are without Zion and Ingram. I feel like they have been for a Duke baby and another Duke baby. I feel like they're always without them. Tate trying to crook me. He must be from Michigan. Oh, those Wolverines. You can't trust them as far as you can throw them. I said Pelicans' favorite position. Did I? I don't know what I was talking about. I don't feel like capping today. What's your HC picks? Tate. Lenny needs to know. I didn't mean to say that. Are the Cougars playing today? I don't think so. But they're usually a Saturday team, I would think. That's where we would find our Cougars. Go Cougs. They'll be playing, I think, tomorrow. Do what I want. Do what I want. No, maybe Sunday. They'll play again. I don't think their season's over, so, don't worry. Yeah, they're at home against Temple on Sunday. Number 1 Houston, the number 1 Houston Cougars, you mean? That team? I know, Scott is awesome. I love me some Reichel. I do love me some Reichel. All right, D-Talk. Kent State under 139. D-Talkulous. Picks from Dave. We got to get you on the morning one show. 139. You like it under. I think Chip took it over. And you like VCU over 131. Okay. Anyone who's new to the show, at the end, I'm going to pull this whiteboard in so you guys can all take a picture of it, okay? So if you can't see things right now, it's all good. You will be able to. I know. I love the Las Vegas Aces. I think it's a great name. I thought Spades was good too. Earle Sportsbet said Spades. Then we'd have the Ace of Spades. I like Vices. And you got that VV thing going on too. It would be something dumb like the Las Vegas Desert Devils or the Miners. I agree. It would be something done. I thought High Rollers, Pit Bosses. There were some good ones that we came up with over on the Facebook page. That one I can't say. Never mind. I'm trying to find that post. Here it is. Detox says the Las Vegas take everybody's lunch money. The running spoilers. Bob Brown says the Las Vegas glitz. Tommy Kidd says Las Vegas odds. Mr. Q says the gamblers. Pedro Mas says the sinners. I said the bar tabs. Or the comps, Anthony Salvato said. Ooh, the whales. Rodney Molina says the whales. The Las Vegas Knights, says Demo. We've got one of those. The High Rollers from Miles. The Crusaders. Ooh, Dre Richardson says the Vegas Vices is the best so far. Thank you. Gamblers, the Jackpots. Las Vegas Books. They could never lose. That's awesome. Tyreek says the Pharaohs. Heat are 9-4-1 against the spread in the last 14 meetings. Heat are 15-15-1 against the spread in the last 21 meetings in Dallas. So Stephen Porter, I feel like you're on the Heat. I feel like that's what you're doing. I'm going to put you on the board, Stephen Porter. Now, guys, don't forget, we've got a new Last Woody Standing contest starting on Monday. So don't forget to jump in. Rad Cape was on Heat too. So don't forget to jump in on Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Remember, you have to be on the live show to get in the contest. And also, if any of you are coming to me late, know that I'm going to do shows on Saturdays now. It's basketball season, right? So we're going to do it. I don't know how busy we'll be in here because a lot of football stuff is going on, but we're going to do it. Okay. The Tate teas. How have your teasers been doing, Tate? Tate teas. I don't know why I paused like I expected you to answer me out loud there. I'm listening. Great. All right. Bam. BCU, Niagara, and Sienna under. Okay. Beep, boop, boop. And then I left Sammy P's thing here too. He was really high on Ayuk for the Niners, over 53.5 receiving yards. Yeah, they already have one of those in the WNBA. The Walmart Wolverines. Detox likes KC and the Eagles in a 6-point tease. Tease them down. Okay. Detox tease. Eagles and KC. No, yes, KC. What are they? The Chiefs. Okay. Beep, boop, 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 boop. They have Amiga. They're 3-7 in their last 10 games since they've been out. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, they have been out for some time. Or maybe I don't know, or do we fade the injury report? You know? I don't trust myself for anything today. You took Stonehill. I love Stonehill. Those are my guys. Stonehill -4 and Fairdick to come on the board. I see what you did there. -4.5. That's his HC. Who's leading the HC? I freaking went in there. I was going to update today, and then I realized that whatever I updated didn't save. So then I had to do 2 days over again. So now I need one more day, and I'll post it as soon as I'm done with all this. Oh, I got so pissed off. Yeah, they play Sunday. Antonio Garcia was in the lead. It's a good little school there. How about the Las Vegas Brady Bunch? Yeah. LV Scammers is a good one. I like that. Scammers is a good one. There should be a game time decision today for show. They won't ever associate anything with gambling. Well, what about aces? That's gambling. So comps, high rollers, vices, gamblers, and degenerates are all out. We named our hockey team the Golden Knights, and we are the Silver State. So there's that. Didn't that have to do with the guy's name, though? Oh, his name was Knight, huh? Yeah. And by the way, in hockey, there's already kings. So why would we want to be knights if there's kings? You know? Just saying. Why aren't we the emperors or something? Better than that. You like the Pacers and the Kings over the total today. Okay, so Rise Above says Pacers over. I wonder if Scott Reichel is going to come here today or not. Rise Above, Pacers over. Yeah, that was one thing me and Reichel were talking about yesterday was how dumb what is jazzy about Utah? Why would New Orleans not be the Jazz? That's pretty much what they freaking do in New Orleans, you know, but they're Pelicans. I feel like Pelicans could easily go to Utah, you know. That should tell you everything. Yes, that was one of the Vegas Supersonics. I thought that was a great name. Supersonics is a great name. Put your picks on the board. Help each other for the team. Yes, anyone's got picks, throw them up. You're on the Heat first half under. Okay, Pedro. Mass. Heat first half under 119.5. Nope. Boop. Boop. And Bayern Munich. Oh, yeah, because German soccer starts today. Munich. All right, let's go. Heat money line could be a play. Mavericks are struggling. Yes, we got them. Heat. We're into them. The Vegas Sugar Balls. Yes. That would be great. Lenny would never be able to watch a game because it would be like, and the Las Vegas, the Sugar Balls, and he'd have to come in the room and be like, what? Does someone need me? Okay, never mind. No, the game's on. Okay, never mind. Hi, Coach Chavis. Top 3, friend. The Grizzlies first half over 60.5 for the last Woodies standing. Grizz first half over 60.5. Is it first half or first quarter? First half. Okay. It just didn't seem. Is that a team total? Is that right? It doesn't seem like that would be the number, but maybe it's just me. You know what I'm saying? Picking up what I'm putting down. Overview. Odds. Usually, sometimes it'll tell me. There it is. Second half. First half. Oh, you're not on the board now? Yeah, so first half is a 120. So are you talking first quarter or are you talking a team total, Coach? You don't even shop. Hey, I don't even shop at Walmart. It's clearly Meyer. If you know, you know. I don't know what that is. Think there's a fishy reason the Niners are only favored by a field goal. Let's look and see what the money's doing there. I have them at a 4, -4. Okay, so of the games that have been bet, here, you want me to just show you guys? I know you guys sometimes like to look. Oh, the sugar boogers. That works out. Okay. Present, share screen. Rochelle's coming in. I see him coming on in. Hold on 1 second, Scott. We're doing something right now. Okay. So here it is. Chiefs have 1.47 million. Giants, Eagles, 1.5. Bengals, Bills, 1.5. Cowboys, Niners, only 1.09. The money is on the Niners. It's kind of going the other way. See, the money's on the Bills, but it's going the right way. It's even on the Eagles game. 75% is on the Chiefs, but that 10 went to a 9. So that's not making sense. So I don't know if you guys want to take a quick screenshot so you can use this later. This is where it's at now. A lot is going to change. And also look at how many tickets have been bet also. You know, when we look at our NBA stuff, it's a totally different animal than what we're looking at here. Okay, so let me bring Monsieur Reichel. What's up, homie?
Going? How have you been? Long time.
I know. I'm good. We were just going through all of the Las Vegas team names that I told them we were talking about this last night.
Yes, I believe we settled on Vices.
Yes, that's where I'm at. Vegas Vices.
It's a hell of a name. I'm in.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I like it. I think it'll be good marketing. I told them I'm going to write to the NBA and let them know that they can go ahead and fire away on that Vegas NBA team because I've got their name all figured out. So basically, it's a lock now.
I still want the honorable mention of Vegas Pie Gals, but we're working on it. So that's
I like
the fail
the Pie
safe.
Gals.
So
I like the Pie Gals. Later tonight, Parlay Party will drop for Saturday NFL. Scott Reichel is here. You like New Mexico State over 145. Okay, so talk. What do you want? I know some of them want to know about tennis. So if you got any tennis stuff that you could share, that'd be cool. But also, of course, football is on its way. So
okay.
What are you
So
into?
I'll start off with tennis, I guess, because it's closer. You have Djokovic playing tonight. Of course, he's, in my opinion, the greatest player of all time. Decent favorite, but not as big of a favorite as he usually is. And a big reason why is because he's injured. He's had a hamstring injury the last couple of weeks, and according to his quotes, let's just say he's not handling it that well. Now, he did win his last match against, I believe it's pronounced Kakad, I think. I might have butchered the pronunciation. But he played a relative unknown, and he lost a set. Didn't exactly look sharp in that overall matchup. I think Dimitrov can give him some problems. Dimitrov's been very good so far in this tournament. He hasn't dropped a set yet. He beat De Gier in an hour and 30, basically, and Djokovic was on the court for about 3 hours. But Djokovic had his leg wrapped throughout the match, and he's even stated publicly in interviews he can't practice because his hamstring's that bad. So he has not even bothered on the practice courts because his hamstring is bothering him that much. 7.5 games is a lot of games. Once again, Dimitrov doesn't have to win. He just has to keep it close. I think he's good enough to keep it close. But the idea that Djokovic is automatically going to dominate because he's Djokovic doesn't account for the current health status that he's dealing with. I think Dimitrov can give him some serious problems. We've seen a crazy tournament so far. Nadal lost, Medvedev lost, Kyrgios didn't participate, Fritz lost. A lot of upsets so far in this event. I think Dimitrov plus 7.5 games is worth a good look. I know him to win a set is like minus 125. So they're expecting Dimitrov to win at least one set or to win a set in this matchup. 7.5 games, though, it's a very big line for an injured player to cover. I'll take the underdog.
All right. Wait. Oh, you're taking the underdog. Okay.
Yeah, he's plus 7.5.
No. I heard underdog, but then I heard the under also. So yeah, no, but I got you. Dimitrov plus 7.5 games. That's
my main tennis play. I got to record the tennis podcast in an hour or two, so I'll probably have some more flushed out stuff there. But still, for now, that's my favorite tennis play. I had a couple of plays yesterday that I liked for the overs in the Tiafoe match, and I also like the over in the Hurkacz match. That both got there. Is there anything else I like? I think there's going to be an absolute war in that Paul Brooksby match. I think those guys are going to kill each other. I see that going potentially 5 sets. I think there's going to be really just a ton of battling there. I like the over in the Papyr and Shelton match. I think that's probably going 4 sets with a breaker in there. Murray, Batista Agut should be an over as well. I like a lot of marathons later on in the card tonight for tennis. I see a lot of just really, really tough matchups. You're in the third round. The talent disparities kind of shortening between players. I see a lot of very competitive matches tonight.
All right. Well, that's excellent. Yes. Anyways, Ohio Bob. Good. I'm glad you're here.
So something about football you wanted me to talk about?
Sure.
There's football on this weekend. There's football on this weekend. I had no idea,
Yeah.
But
my mom asked me, she's like, what time should I come over to watch the game? I'm like, Escher doesn't have a game this week. She's like, the football game. I'm like, what football game? She's like, isn't it the playoffs? I'm like, it is, isn't it?
Does she know that Vegas got eliminated like 3 months ago? Or she doesn't
She only cares about checking out Tom Brady. Like
he also got eliminated, so that doesn't help.
That's really like her only main deal. But, because she's so used to now weekly watching him, she thinks that, she's got to watch football every weekend. And I'm like, all right, well, your guy's not there, but okay.
Well, there's 4 games. So you want me to just go through my thoughts on all of them, I guess?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure do.
I'll start off with the Saturday ones. Looking at I'll go with the local team for me, kind of. They're in Jersey, but they're called New York. I actually think the Giants plus the points is worth a look here. Philly in the regular season, they won both meetings. Week 18, the Giants didn't care. But Philly, I think, is having some problems. They really stumbled down the stretch. The injuries are piling up. Maddox hasn't practiced, so they might be down one of their better corners. You're looking at Lane Johnson, who's one of the best offensive linemen in the league, and he's requiring surgery, but he's pushing it off because he, of course, is trying to win a Super Bowl. So I'm concerned about the offensive line health. The secondary is a bit banged up too. Hurts has played 1 game in the last month, and it was against the Giants D-League team, basically, because they didn't care. The Giants were benching everybody. The Eagles were favored by 17 points, and the Giants kept it close. 7.5, I think, is a lot of points. I just think that the Giants are going to hang around. I'm concerned about the injuries. I'm concerned about Hurts's current form because of him having to come back from a shoulder injury. I'm not exactly sold on the Eagles to cover. I think they'll win the game. I'm not picking the Giants to win by upset. I see an ugly 23-20 type game. I think it's going to be a very ugly battle, a lot of long drives, maybe settling for field goals, but I'll lean to the Giants in that game. I think it's going to be close. That's how I look at it for that one. But I think it's correlated, though. If the game's going to go over, then I think you like the Eagles because you think the Eagles are just going to score at will. I think the Giants hang in there. That's just maybe for me, but I think that game will be relatively close. For the other Saturday game, I got to remember which games are Saturday and which games are Sunday.
The Jags.
The Jaguars are the other one. That's what I thought. I'm going to lean to Kansas City in that one. A lot of people like the Jaguars as a dog. I can understand it because they had a great comeback last week, and in the regular season, they kept the game relatively close against Kansas City. I'm not going against Andy Reid off a bye. I'm not doing it. Andy Reid off a bye in his career is 27-4 in 31 games. I'm not going against Andy Reid. Jacksonville won the game. Great for them. Kansas City at home is a different animal. You're going outside of Jacksonville. You're traveling to cold Kansas City. Warm teams traveling to cold climates don't particularly play well. And Jacksonville still turned the ball over 5 times. We've roasted the Chargers all year long for Staley being an idiot. Nothing changed. I don't think he's a good coach. They're probably going to keep him. But I do think that Kansas City at home, people are going to be really tempted to take the dog. I'm not one of them. I think Kansas City off a bye. I think they're ready to roll here. The defense was really coming into their own at the end of the season. I think the defensive line will dominate the game. I think you'll see Kansas City's offensive line really dominate the game here. Jacksonville, I don't think is going to generate much pressure in this game. And their secondary is really not good. I think Kansas City wins this game by double digits, but that's just me.
I'm not going to lay 9 points with it, but
I like the first half. I think Kansas City jumps them early.
I think you're right. Like, I think the Chiefs win, and I think the Chiefs dominate, but just for like my own purposes, I don't lay that kind of points. And I agree with you with the Giants. Giants were kind of that team that I liked at the beginning of the season. I had a future on them to win the division, which did not happen, but I kind of rooted them all season because I got a little Duke baby playing for him, and I like the addition of the new coach. So I'm glad to see him there. I'll take him over a touchdown, and I think a teaser in that situation as well. I like the idea of teasing the Giants up and the Chiefs down. So then you've got Chiefs -3 and Giants plus whatever 7.5 plus 6 is. I'm going to go
Chiefs. The Chiefs down. I like. I'd rather find a 2.5 out there because I know it was at 8.5. I think it's mostly 9, but if you have a couple books to choose from, you might still be able to find a teaser of 2.5. That I agree with. The Giants one I think will be close. The most common teaser for the week is going to be Chiefs and Eagles. It's just sitting there. This is going to be the most common teaser available. If you want to pivot off of that, maybe the Giants, or maybe you want to tease the total down, take it over, tease the total up, and take it under. You can go several ways. But I think the Chiefs are going to win the game comfortably, in my opinion. The Giants one's tricky, but I think the Eagles are overvalued. I just think that the Eagles are a team that was favored in basically every regular season game. They had a pretty easy schedule throughout. I'm not sure how good they actually are. Of course, they're not a bad team. I'm aware that they're a very good team, but I don't think they're a Super Bowl team. I think that they're a bit fraudulent, and I think the Giants are good enough to hang around. So
fraudulent. I like this Giants team. I just have. Okay, so we got Bengals at the Bills. Bills started at a 3.5. It's up to a 5.5. We've got 73% of the money on the Bills. I mean, at the end of the day, I would think the Bills are going to come out hardcore because the Bengals killed their guy a few weeks ago. He came back to life, thank goodness. But,
well, that's why you can make that joke, because if he died, you wouldn't have said that. So
no, I totally would have said that. They killed their guy. I just would have said it with like more oomph,
I don't think that plays any factor at all into the game, to be honest, because it was a fluke injury. I don't think it really, like, what they're going to put a bounty. They're going to put a bounty on.
I want the soap opera.
They're going to put a bounty on like T. Higgins for trying to run through a tackle. Like what the hell is he supposed to do? But I like the Bills anyway. A lot of people love Cincinnati because it's Burrow. He's getting points. People think he's the second coming of Tom Brady based on how he's performed in the playoffs.
When they had such a good end of the season before that Bills game, like they were just freaking rocking and rolling at the end of the season. So
they did, but the weather is the concern for me for this game because the weather's not good. It's in Buffalo. It's supposed to rain. It's supposed to be about 16-mile-per-hour winds. Both teams are good against the run, but one team is Josh Allen. They have another basically running back who they can use to throw in there to really keep the defense off balance. Buffalo's pass rush is going to be really, really good in this game. The defensive line should be good. Cincinnati might be down 3 offensive linemen that start for them. So they might be using 3 replacement offensive linemen against this defensive line. I think it's a bad matchup. I think that Burrow is going to get potentially decapitated in this game. They didn't play well last week. Defensively, they did. They gave up a lot of points, but you look at the actual starting field position for Miami, a lot of them were in plus territory because Allen kept turning it over. But with Cincinnati's offensive line injuries and with the Bills being able to rely on Josh Allen as well in the ground game. There's a reason why this line has gone basically 2 or 3 points in favor of Buffalo. The bad weather mixed with the injured offensive line for Cincinnati, I think, is really tough to overcome. And Cincinnati didn't look good against Tyler Huntley. They won the game because he fumbled at the 1 yard line and it got returned 99 yards for a touchdown. They arguably should have lost the game. So I'm going with Buffalo. They're at home. The weather's not great. You know that they're going to be breaking tables all over the parking lot. Give me the Bills. I think it's a good spot against the banged up offensive line.
Bills Mafia is what say thee. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking for your
But you know the public will be all over Cincinnati because Burrow just made a Super Bowl and they're good as dog. I get all that. I can't get past the offensive line injuries and the weather. I just can't get past it. That's such an important variable to keep in mind.
Yeah, no, I think it's super important because just even as you were saying that, our friend Rise Above was saying that he likes the game to go over. But at the same time, if it's all that rain, you know, maybe that's
I'm
not
actually leaning under in that game. It seems very short, and I understand Burrow and Allen, and you want to take points, and the Bills' defense wasn't great last week based on points allowed. It's the weather and the fact that the Bengals' offensive line is totally screwed. I think you're going to see serious problems. Cincinnati sustaining long drives, and we saw it earlier this year. We saw the Bengals lose to the Cowboys earlier, and against the Steelers in Week 1. Burrow was getting killed out there. He got sacked like 6 times in the first couple games. I think the Bills are going to hound him the entire game. Burrow will still do his thing. He might have a couple of drives there. You still have to worry about Chase and Higgins, but I just think that Burrow's not going to have enough time in the pocket to fully exploit any holes in the secondary, and they're going to have to nickel and dime it down the field. I'm actually leaning to the under with the bad weather and the Bengals offensive line. I think the over might be a trap play, potentially.
And not to mention that 83% of the cash is on the over. So, I mean, everyone's on it. It went from 50 to a 49, but that's really where all the money is.
But you said 83% of the money's on the over because the public's in a bet and the total's dropped a 1.5 because of weather and offensive line concerns. So that's why I'm going to lean to the under. I see that
this
game
is also
being like,
out of the 4 games, this is the most highly bet one so far.
Oh, you're talking about props? You're talking about for side or?
No, I'm just saying like the most money on it. This one has 1.56 million. This has the most money on it.
Do you have the divide from quantity of bets compared to actual handle?
6,308 tickets.
Okay. And what's the handle?
And the 1.56 million.
Okay. And you have the percentages on both?
73% of the cash is on the Bills, 83% on the over.
And what about the number of bets? What's the percentage on that?
64% of tickets are on the Bengals.
So 64% of tickets are on the Bengals, but you just said like, what do you say? 80% of the money's on the Bills? 73%. That's a massive, massive difference. The sharps are all over the Bills. So if you want to position yourself with the sharps, you take Buffalo. Don't get me wrong, just because the sharps are on it doesn't mean that the Bills are automatically going to win and the Bengals shouldn't bother showing up to the field. But the point is the public's all over Cincinnati. A lot of people with a lot of money that do this professionally like Buffalo. I think that's pretty telling. Usually if there's a sharp square divide, I try to side with the sharps. I think Buffalo might be the play.
I might need you to go through like a lesson with me on this. So how I can look at that better. Bills are going to win the whole thing. I wouldn't say you're wrong. I mean, they could.
They're the good story. If I'm picking a team right now, I'd pick San Francisco. But I've had San Francisco
Scott,
for like 2 months.
If you had to pick 2 teams to advance straight, who would it be?
2 teams to advance straight. First of all, Chiefs. No offense to Jacksonville. Like, congrats on coming back from that deficit. I'm not picking the Chiefs to lose at home off a bye. Like, I'm just not picking that to happen. Jacksonville's a fun story. They were still in arguably the worst division in all of football. I don't think they're a great team. They're good. The bar was just set so low with Urban Meyer last year that they're fine. Like, they look like an actual competent team, which is a massive step in the right direction. But the Chiefs are at home. I think the Chiefs are going to roll in that game. The other money line I'm tempted by, I'm trying to think. I like San Francisco, but I'm trying to think if that's my second favorite money line. I think the Bills are tempting too, but my least favorite money line is going to be the Eagles. I just think that the division game, third time in a season, the injuries they've had to end the year, I'm not exactly into betting Philly this week. I'm just going to stay away from that game personally. The Niners I like, but the Cowboys are at relatively full health.
Yeah, I worry
It's
about the
tough.
Cowboys because we just saw them beat the crap out of Brady last week. So I wonder if, like, Ryan Page is asking, why isn't everyone jumping on the Niners and causing the line to go up? It actually went down for them. 56% of the money is on the Niners, but a 4.5 went to a 4. So
I don't remember it ever being at 4.5, by the way. So that database might be a little bit off. I bet it as soon as the line.
Sometimes it is.
I bet it as soon as the line dropped. I saw it at 3.5. I bet it. And then it went down to 3 in like one spot for maybe 5 minutes. Went back to 3.5, and now it's at 4. So the line has moved in favor of San Francisco recently, as it should. If I had to take my second favorite money line, Buffalo, I think, has a great matchup based on the injuries for Cincinnati. I'd probably pick Buffalo as my second favorite money line, but I really do love the spot for the Niners. I think it's a great spot. They've won 11 straight. They played on Saturday with no travel because they were able to stay at home against Seattle.
Right.
The scheduling spot needs to change. It's like a brief rant here. You cannot have a second round matchup in the playoffs where one team has a 2-day rest advantage. That's ridiculous. You can't have the Cowboys play on Monday, have the Niners play on Saturday, have the Cowboys travel cross country with a 2-day rest disadvantage and play. It's a horrible scheduling spot for the Cowboys. I'm going with the Niners because of it. 2 days less of prep with cross-country travel, that's a miserable spot. I think the Niners are going to win the game. Props to the Cowboys for winning against Tampa. Tampa was garbage the entire season. People only pick Tampa because of Brady. That team sucked.
Yeah.
So good for them. Dak had a great game. The Niners defense is better than theirs, and offensively they're a lot better. I like the Niners. I think they'll win the game comfortably. It might be close for a couple quarters. The Niners' second half defense, though, I think will settle in. I think Dak will throw a couple of picks, in my opinion. It's really the scheduling spot. 2 days differential with cross-country travel is such a horrible scheduling spot. I got to at least account for it. I'm going to go and take the Niners there. I think they'll win the game comfortably.
All right. I'm with it. All 49ers got to do is run on Dallas, in my opinion. It's Josh Allen's turn to go to the Super Bowl.
I think we're going to see Allen Mahomes again. So at some point, he's going to have to beat him.
Cowboys. I want the Bills. That's who I'm going for out of everyone. I want the Bills to go. You're teasing the 49ers through 0. Do it.
I just feel like people are overrating the Cowboys because they beat up on Tampa. Like, I'm not going to – Dak was phenomenal last week. It was the best game of his career. He had 5 touchdowns, no picks, threw for 300 yards. A reminder, they lost to Sam Howell like 2 weeks ago. Like, I'm not going to overreact to one game. The Niners have been great for 3 months. I just think the Niners are a different animal. They're my pick to win the Super Bowl. I just think that there are levels to this. And the Niners at home with the rest advantage, Cowboys playing outdoors again. There's a lot to like about the Niners this week. And the public, I'm sure, will be all over Dallas because they beat Tom Brady, and it's the Dallas Cowboys. But I'm assuming the Sharps will be all over San Francisco.
Yeah, that's kind of was what I was going is remembering the last thing that they all saw. This is going to be, the Cowboys like rage and run and gun. At the same time, I think the Cowboys are in a position where they can totally trip over their own dicks, that they think they're a big ass deal now. And like you said, they haven't had enough rest. They've got a lot of travel. So I agree. It's a Niners spot. And Lenny did take
that too. Do you have the number of bets compared to the money on that Niners game?
Of course I do. 5,000 tickets, 5,055 tickets. One more just came in actually. $1.09 million. 56% of the money is on the Niners. 56% of the tickets are on the Niners. And then 78% is on the over. 79% of tickets on the over.
So it's the same amount of money on the tickets for the Niners and the money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm actually surprised at 56. I figured the public would be all over Dallas. But, I mean, you still got money coming in on the Niners because they're at home with extra prep time. And the Cowboys had a couple injuries that they're dealing with. Now, I think Kearse is going to play. He said he's going to play, but their secondary got a bit banged up in that game. Kearse had the interception. He got injured late in the game. You saw Jason Peters leave. I don't believe he's practiced all week, so the Cowboys might be a little bit short on the offensive line. I think the Niners are in a good spot. Let's put it that way.
It's not luck. It's an offensive line that can actually block and a run game that is dominant, not to mention the best defense in the NFL.
And the Cowboys
Lenny took this future 2 months ago for them to win the Super Bowl.
The Cowboys are also in a good overall, you're looking at the Cowboys, they're terrible against the run. They were good against Tampa because Tampa was the worst team in the league at running the ball the entire season. But the Cowboys have a bottom 10 run defense in the league, and now you're facing off against McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, and Elijah Mitchell. I know Mitchell sucked last week, but he had a touchdown. I'm not sure the Cowboys can stop the run. I just think the Niners have so many weapons, and this Cowboys defense really isn't great. I think it's a decent unit, but I think the Niners are good enough to exploit it. Let's put it that way.
They were my fantasy defense for a while, the Cowboys were, and then I traded their asses. Silky says if Geno could move the ball against the Niners, then Dak could too. So
I think that's fair. I just have some concerns about the interceptions, and I have some concerns about – so you mentioned Geno moved the ball. I mean, that was true for the second quarter, and then you had the drive in the third where he fumbled in the end. Seattle has no points in the fourth quarter until like 2 minutes left in the game. Like that's also something to keep in mind. So the Niners – yes, I can understand your point. Seattle did a good job moving the ball early in that game in the second quarter. They did basically nothing the entire second half. So,
who have the Niners beat with Purdy?
Let me see who they've beaten. They have not played many great teams. I will concede that point. But let me actually just look at the exact schedule. They beat Miami with Tua, if you want to read into that. I mean, I don't know if you want to read into it or not, but that did happen. Let me see who they've beaten. I mean, Seattle is a playoff team. They beat Seattle twice. I don't know if you think Seattle's any good, but they were a playoff team. Let me see who they've beaten. They really have not played many great teams, but I'll concede that. But I mean, the Chargers were technically a playoff team, beat the Dolphins, who were a playoff team, beat the Seahawks twice. So yes, they have not played many great teams. They did technically beat 4 playoff teams. So there you go. But
McCarthy isn't smart enough to defend the 49ers offensive movements. Niners are overrated. They don't push them in a position to win or lose the game. That's why the Niners win games. And Seattle's got garbage time TDs in 2 quarters.
I just think San Francisco is going to dominate the trenches. I just think that it's going to be close for a half. I'm not saying that the Cowboys immediately get routed, but I think as the game goes on, the Niners will just out-physical the Cowboys. And we've seen it all second halves all season long. The Niners in the second half are just disgustingly good at football. They had like a week of a month straight. They had a month straight where they didn't give up a point in the second half. Like it was crazy. Impressive. Like this team in the second half, I think, will do enough to win this game. I liked it more 3.5, but I cannot overstate the significant advantage that the Niners have in prep time and scheduling spot. It's a very big advantage. That's all I'm saying.
Cowboys make it do. No. All right. Well, that just about does it for us. I've got to pull them in to see this whiteboard. Okay, the only football prop I got for football bet I got from you was the Giants, but we like Batista over, Sheldon over, and Dimitrov plus 7.5 games in the tennis today, correct? Yes.
Sure.
I'm just going to say yes.
Yeah,
so guys, if you want more tennis plays or football plays, basketball, all that jazz, head over to @Reichel Radio. You know him from the prop drop. Make sure you're checking out. How do we do on prop drop yesterday? I forgot. How'd you do?
We went 2-2. Both our losses were by half a point.
That's right.
Embiid went under by half a point, which was really annoying. And then we had Kyrie under 29.5. He had 6 points at halftime. He had 20-something points in the fourth quarter. It was a disaster. He finished with 30. So we should have went 3-1, but Kyrie killed us there at the end. We went 2-2. So there you go.
All right. Well, it ain't bad. You've been crushing it though. We went on a really big win streak, a little tiny lose streak, and now you're back on top of your game.
By the way, question quickly just for Xavier. I know you're going to wrap up. You said the Niners trick everybody with backup quarterbacks every year. I mean, they made the NFC title game last year with Garoppolo. Like I don't know what that means. They were in the semifinals. They made a Super Bowl with Garoppolo too. Like I don't know what that means. Like it's how are they tricking people? They made it to the NFC title game. Like what more do you want from them?
And then they didn't even use that quarterback to start.
And they should have won the game, honestly. They dropped that interception against Stafford late in the game in that double coverage play. They should have won the game. The tricking part, I don't know if I agree with, because this team has constantly made it to the NFC title game. Like they're just a good franchise.
Lenny's not into the trick. He doesn't feel tricked either. He does not
I
feel
don't think it's a
tricked.
trick. I've watched them play. I can understand the
Yeah.
argument of they haven't played many great teams. The Cowboys are the best team they've played in a couple months. I get it. But why are we acting like the Cowboys are some type of super team now because they beat Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Like, the Cowboys are fine. They're a good team. I just think the Niners are a better team.
All right. Well, that's why they let us bet on this stuff, everyone. We're all going to meet back here on Monday, and we'll talk about who was right and who was wrong. That's how this works. You know, that's just it. All right, Scott, thank you so much for cruising onto the show. It's a pleasure as always. I'll see you on Monday for a primetime prop drop and also probably a total chaos sometime next week as well.
I'll check my calendar.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Have
no
your
problem.
girl call my girl.
Oh, yeah. Your people call my people, you know, we'll figure it out.
Exactly. All right. Thanks, Scott. See you later.
Thanks. I'll see you.
Bye. Isn't he rad? I love me some Scott Reichel. All right. So, and you guys love him too. All right. Maybe not this year, but it will happen on Sunday. Okay. So let me pull you guys in. You can take a shot of the board. Let me take all this stuff down so you can see it. Remember, I am going to come on tomorrow. Okay. We'll do some, well, you know what? If my picks suck today, again, if I have 2 shnikey days in a row again, maybe I won't come on tomorrow, but no, I will. I'll see you guys tomorrow and we can talk some college hoops. We'll talk a little football. We'll see what's going on. I'll take a picture of the board in 3, 2, 1. All right, so we got Lenny. This is his little parlay. He likes abs and over. These are mine right here, so we all know who's who in the zoo. And then here's Reichel, obviously. All right. I'll take pictures of all of this, and I will put it up. Oh, there's Rycape, another pro. We got another pro pick up here. What you call it? I'll take pictures of this and put it onto the board or onto the Morningwood Facebook page. If you guys haven't already gotten hooked up with our Morningwood oh, geez Louise. With our Morningwood Facebook page, I'm going to drop the link to that into the chat right now. Guys, you should definitely check it out. It's a really fun community. We help each other out. Here it is right here. We help each other. We try to figure out what are the plays of the day. There's more contests over on that page. So definitely check out what's up with the Get Down. I just popped it into the chat. We like full game over 6.5 and the abs in reg. Lenny, I like abs team total over 3.5. What do you think? He says he likes it the other way. Sharp money on the Niners. The mob is all over Dallas. I don't fade those guys. All right. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Don't forget, hit that like button if you haven't done it already. Check out our Facebook page. And there's more free picks already out. Rycape and Dan Kaiser, the Insiders Room crew. Did 3 games that happened tonight in the NBA. So Google this or pop it into your YouTube. Total Chaos Picks and Parlays. Here's the Morningwood Facebook page, facebook.com/groups/Morningwood Picks. If you're not in the chat, definitely check that out. And don't forget to check out, I know, right? And don't forget to check out Scott Reichel at Reichel Radio. Boom. All right. Okay, guys, have a great weekend. I'll see you tomorrow. Good luck to everyone, unless you're against Lenny.